What's happening, friends? Sorry we're a little late. A little bit
4
of
minutes, man.
technical difficulties.
He had to see a man about a horse.
Yeah, there's
I see a man.
thing.
We did it again. It's 2 weeks in a row. I gotta do a thing about a horse.
I don't know why that's the default. Is like us talking in some weird New Jersey accent.
I
Anyway,
got a thing.
what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another Technically Speaking live show. This is episode number 12.
Is it really?
It is episode number 12. I still every week. I'm still consistently amazed that we put up with each other week after week.
Today we almost didn't.
Today we almost didn't. It's been a crazy week. For anybody who doesn't know, my name is Greg. To my left, as always.
You know what?
What?
I'm Scott Peachy.
You are.
I didn't go, Scott.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
I always make fun of you.
Hey, way to just do some uplift on the professionalism of this show as a whole. I appreciate you, Scott. I really do.
Professionalism?
Well, you know.
You guys see this giant...
Right? Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Wow.
Anyway, so we've got a mediocre show.
I would say it's kind of jam-packed.
We got a lot of topics to cover. We're going to do a lot of kind of quick hits. A couple of big things have happened. Don't know if you know about this or not, but there may have been a phone that was talked about sometime in the last week.
2 phones, actually.
2 phones, correct.
One is more important than the other.
I mean, let's be real. There's actually a lot of phones talked about at the one event. And then there was another phone.
But, you mean there was 3 phones? There were 3 phones talked about at one event. 3 phones.
So
3 of them?
Later on in this show, we're going to talk about how Scott was wrong.
I wasn't.
Oh, yes, you were.
I just want to talk about the fact that you picked Conor McGregor.
that's your comeback, is that you picked Conor McGregor.
Okay, I was right with that one, and I was right with this one.
Okay. Well, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by. You good now?
I'm good now. Thank you. Actually, my eyes is like...
Oh, hey, let's take a moment, please. Random quick shout out to NASA, right? R.I.P. Cassini.
So that happened today. I was going to say, let's take a moment of silence.
Yeah, a moment of silence for Cassini.
Because it took its deep, dark plunge.
Yeah. 10-year mission?
It took the deep, dark plunge into Uranus, right? No. Saturn.
Yeah.
Saturn. Not the planet Uranus.
No.
Okay.
Not
what you did there, I say it!
I got it. So yeah, 10-year mission, spent studying Saturn and its moons, came to an end when Cassini plunged into the crushing depths of Saturn. A little bit sad, but yeah, awesome. Hey, science, man. I love me some science, and especially NASA. So,
did we actually get
my bias is showing?
Is there videos that are out there of like it taking the plunge into the death?
No. So the problem is, keep in mind that like the technology that's on that is probably 30 years old by today's standards. So I mean, we don't even really have like high definition camera footage. What we have is a single black and white image, which was the last image before Cassini took the plunge into Saturn, and it's a really cool image. So it's a black and white shot looking into the night side of Saturn, and the sunlight is being reflected off of the rings of Saturn, and it's a cool shot, but again, it's black and white.
So it's bright and not bright.
You can definitely make out some details, but by today's standards, it's not a good image. But it's the last image from Cassini. The technology is not advanced enough to do like real time image streaming or anything like that, let alone high def. But yeah, is what it is. You know, hooray science, right? So,
do we need to do a sponsorship read?
Let's do a sponsorship read, man.
Sponsorship read. I gotta go over to this thing. Hang on, I gotta.
Hey, click the thing.
I got a thing right.
Let me show you how to do it. You just gotta.
This thing right there. Yeah, pow! Today's show is brought to you by SHS Audio Department. Wait, what? Mm-hmm. SHS Audio Department currently focuses on live DJ, MC events, podcast, audiobook production, voiceover work, music production and licensing, multimedia services, and creative consulting. One of the best things that kind of comes out of SHS Audio. There's a couple podcasts right now. One of my favorites is the Vulgar Parenting Podcast, which is a weekly podcast with my guy, Scotty Boombox, and
wait for it,
everybody's favorite crew with your president, my president, President Miller, and
do it. You're gonna
life
do it.
Coach Chips.
The delay between when you say
Choops!
life coach and Choops gets longer and longer with every show.
I hope that they'll let me back on that show at some point.
They probably won't.
I don't think they will.
At this point, like if we wait on a long enough timeline,
Anyway,
it's going to be an hour and a half of you waiting to say life coach and then Choops.
SHSaudiodepartment.com. Check it out. They are our guys. You'll love them. And welcome back. Do you look at these fancy camera tricks? What?
Camera tricks and graphics.
What?
We're being serials about this now.
Anyway, yeah. So next bit after that on our show, talked about Cassini. What? Cassini. The quick hitter that I had, the Bose Quiet 35, showed up this week with Google Assistant on the box.
Huh. Weird.
And it looks like they are the very first headphones that have Bisto.
Yes.
Bisto?
Don't worry, Dean's going to tell us that we're
Bean
wrong.
will
Bisto.
It's Bisto. So that tells me
that's something we talked about a
while ago.
Yeah,
that
at
tells
least
me
a few weeks ago.
that tells me that it's not
It's not AirPods.
Yeah. It's not just specific like Google headphones. It's a you now can have the
standard.
assistant built into it. Which, by the way, I am all in on that.
Really?
All in. Are you kidding me? So now I don't have like. What happens if they're really uncomfortable headphones? But I really want the assistant. Do I force myself to wear some crappy headphones? Everybody on my channel knows that I'm a headphone guy. Like that's my thing.
I get that, but I guess so. AirPods are not uncomfortable.
No. For me, what I'm saying is like as a business thing.
Yeah.
It's a great idea because now you can pick the comfort of whatever headphones you want.
I get that, but I feel like there's always going to be sacrifices made as soon as you open up here's the standard that we're going to use. You have every company's interpretation of said standard.
Yeah.
Because it's not a legally binding standard or a contractually obligated standard. This is hey, here's how you do it. So everyone's going to have their own spin on what the standard is, and because of that, you have again Google's problem. Integration suffers. You never have as tight of integration.
I'm not saying that they won't make headphones for themselves. What I'm saying is it's a standard that they're saying you can do whatever you want. Like, put it in your own. I'm telling you how you use the assistant. This is how you do it. But we'll make our own. Yeah. But you can go ahead and do whatever you want. I mean, now, I'm hoping that they still make their own.
Agreed.
But the fact that I could wear Quiet Bose, Quiet Comfort 35s, which are like $350 in the U.S.,
not
which probably
not
like
svelte, if you will.
429 pounds ish.
Yeah.
In the UK, I don't know if that's actually still the truth. That was a total random guess.
I would have figured that you
would have absolutely no idea if it's 429 pounds. I'm going to tell you right now. That. You know what? I'm going to go out here and check what is the U.S. dollars to pounds. 350
While you're looking that up, because you brought up the keyword thing, I know we kind of talked about this recently, but if you have not seen the latest episode of South Park, it is hysterical. There's an entire bit that Cartman sets up where he has an entire table full of all of the different IoT devices.
So not close, by the way. I went
the other way.
The opposite direction.
Yeah, it's because economy's in the crapper.
I went the opposite direction.
$350 US, 257 British pounds.
Yeah.
So, how about that?
I did my math wrong.
So
not correctly.
Bit where Cartman has like Google Home, Alexa, and Siri out on the table, and basically he sets up this string of commands to each one of them and has all of them kind of talk to each other in this endless loop of South Park hilarity. It is quite funny. I thought it was great. Anyway, total random aside.
Well, yeah, because it's like, well, we're not going to say what it said, but it was really, really funny. I agree with that. I was like, oh my God, I can totally see my younger self doing that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dean just brought up that Jaybirds announced their truly wireless 4 hours. I'm so excited about those too. It's a great time for a headphone lover like myself.
Yeah.
Like I love my AirPods. Everybody knows this. That even as an Android guy, I love the AirPods. They just work.
But you love you some Jaybirds too.
I love me some Jaybirds because I had the OG Jaybirds that I actually just sold to a friend of mine, and they still work. And he put them through the washer.
That's impressive. And those are not the waterproof variety that you also reviewed.
I did. I love me some Jaybirds. They are great. If you don't really care about the wire thing, they are far and away the best. They are my go-to that's not wireless.
Interesting.
Like truly wireless.
Yeah.
They're my go-to.
It's your go-to wireless that's not really wireless, but it's still sort of wireless.
Which is why it's wireless, but it's not wireless because you still have a wire, or you have truly wireless, which are truly wireless.
Stupid naming convention.
So
I hate.
See, I was right. 357 is about 435-ish.
Well, then Google's wrong.
No, Gasp. I think I did GBP.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that was my bad. I Google food wrong.
You Googled wrong.
My Google food was wrong.
What?
So I was right though. 400. I got 429. Look at that. I was pretty good.
But your
my
wrong,
internal
your
my
wrongness
internal
overrides
my
whatever
internal
rightness you got
my
now.
internalness. Yeah. I internalized that and I calculated it in my brain.
I'm gonna count that
anyway.
as Scott is wrong.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I have pre-ordered the Jaybird runs.
Have you really?
Already.
I did not know that.
You're
in. You're in.
I am all in.
All in.
Oh my God! $2 to touch beards together.
Bring it. Look, no shame. No shame here.
We just got $2.
Like we didn't even hesitate. There was no like, I don't know. Do you think we should? It was just like, bring it. Let's just do it. Embrace.
A lot more zeros for other things. A lot more zeros for other things. Dean, good point. They're not water resistant, but neither is the AirPods, and I've never had an issue. Maybe I don't think the AirPods are water resistant, are they? I don't think that they are.
I don't think they are at all.
I have never had any issues with those.
Yeah.
The best, truly like waterproof is the one. Wow, I actually just watched ourselves touch beers together.
That's kind of creepy.
That was really creepy. So no, Dean, to your point, was the best wireless or waterproof ones were the ones the Jabra Elite Sport. Yeah. And I mean, I dunk those things in water. There is a point in the video, if you watch, I literally just throw them in a cup of water. And they still worked.
Yeah.
They are waterproof. They are great.
So you pitched the video to me before you actually shot it.
Yeah, I did.
And when you first mentioned it, I was like, hang on, so you're going to ruin a perfectly good pair of headphones. Like, I had no idea that they were that level of waterproof. I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, I would be interested to know, like, I mean, can you take those swimming? Can I dive to the bottom of a pool? Like,
it was like 3 meters, or no. I don't know, whatever the calculation is. This is the whole U.S. We're all really stupid. So 3 feet,
yeah. Okay.
However many meters that is.
I think that's just 1 meter.
Okay, 1 meter.
3 feet to a meter.
So they said it's 3.3-ish feet.
Okay.
So basically, don't deep dive.
Yeah. But I mean,
to Uranus.
To Uranus. Again.
Saturn.
But it's Saturn. But it's enough to be able to, like, I don't know.
You could go swimming.
I guess
like,
you could
swim.
I wonder what the market looks like for people that are like, gosh, I would love to go swimming. Too bad I don't have headphones that are waterproof.
Well, that's why people bought the Broggy Dash. That's why they bought them. Too bad that the actual Bluetooth on that was totally abysmal. But
you would have to have your phone in the pool with you to make those
you can
work.
load.
No, the range on those was terrible.
Agreed, but you load music onto them. That was the thing that they had 4 gigs of space on it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but it's still a hot disaster of Bluetooth epic failure in my opinion. It's bad.
Okay, so that's your phones.
That was the headphones thing. So Bisto with the Bose Quiet 35, which was sweet, and then the Jaybird runs.
I mean, Bose makes some baller headphones, so I'm interested to see what other manufacturers are going to come out with. I guess we would call it Bisto support or Google Assistant support. I think that'll be interesting.
I would love to see that. So you want to go your topic, or we want to make our pitch to Jeff?
My name is Jeff. I saw a really interesting story about. There's a company in France that is making a product that they call the Q-Rad, and here's the idea. So there's a processor manufacturer out there called AMD. Anybody who's into computer hardware has heard of AMD. AMD's been around, and AMD is riding pretty high right now with the latest release of their new processor line Ryzen. So the new Ryzen Pros have come out, and there's this company in France that has basically said, hey, those things run pretty hot, and they are computational monsters. So they put together this product that encompasses an AMD processor that is basically an Internet of Things device, so it's connected to your home network, and the purpose is that it doubles as computational power and a home heater. And the way that they're pitching this is you can have, especially in places where electricity is fairly cheap, you can have something that will that will do a decent job of helping to heat your home for fairly cheap. And then the offset of that is you also get to contribute to science so that you can run computational intensive jobs. So you could do things like 3D rendering of movies. Now, mind you, this is not a work set that you get to choose. You basically you buy one of these devices, and once you connect it back to their service, they assign your unit jobs. But just knowing that your unit may be a part of doing things like protein folding, which is important for science, 3D rendering of movies or something along those lines, 3D effects.
Or making someone else a whole bunch of money on Bitcoin.
Oh, yes. But I would imagine that's going to be... So let me push up my nerd goggles. If you're trying to do Bitcoin mining on a CPU, you're probably doing it wrong because all the money is in GPU mining. So just a little, in case you were trying to get rich there.
I'm not trying to get rich.
Yeah.
I'm a YouTuber. I'm trying to get rich on YouTube.
Almost got into Bitcoin in its early days, and at the last minute I went, it's probably not worth my time. Kicking myself in the pants for that one. I had all the gear, extra GPUs and everything ready to go, and I was just like, I don't feel like messing with it. Whoops.
How many do you think you would have mined?
I mean, it was...
Like, realistically.
I have no idea. So, I mean, it was older hardware. It wasn't, obviously, at that time, it wasn't that old, but for what the sweet spot for making the most money was, I was outside of that. But I still would have made enough to probably... It was before the real rise of Bitcoin, so, I mean, I would have probably made enough to more than offset what I would have lost in electricity. Or
like 600 Bitcoin?
Jeez. You even have any idea how much 600 Bitcoin is worth?
Yeah, it's $2.7 million.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's actually $2.7 million. And the only reason I knew that is because of the Equifax breach. Didn't you hear about this?
No, I didn't hear about that. Well, obviously I heard about the Equifax breach.
Where have you been?
I hate you so
much. Where have you been?
I know that reference, and I wish you could say it.
Anyway, I know, right?
So what does that have to do with...
this changes the subject from your AMD heating thing.
That's cool. I mean,
I don't want to take it away from it.
I got my point out. I just think it's like a neat... it's a neat use of AMD processors traditionally run hot. And so it's just a novel way of taking what is usually a drawback to some other processor and saying, hey, not only can we turn that drawback into a net positive, but we can also do something... that is good, like overall good. Like, we're going to do science on this thing. We're going to be able to, leverage basically high performance computation loads, which is... Oh, yeah. HPC stuff is like near and dear to my heart. I did high performance computation in a life long ago.
Now you're rubbing elbows with really important people.
How about that? CEOs, some would say.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, threw him under the bus. Anyway, I thought it was genuinely cool, and
that's why I wear a white shirt.
I guess the only problem I would have is like, what does that do for IoT security? Is a problem right now. So if botnets are a problem now, just imagine if you gave it an entire processor and said, "Yeah, go ham." You have an entire cluster basically of these processors that. They're directly connected to the internet, just go smash something or another.
And it would.
So, I'm sure. I mean, that's totally dependent on like network throughput and stuff like that. But being able to do, I don't know, things like password cracking and stuff like that. So I don't know how tightly controlled the job system is, but you could do some super dorky things with that.
So I was trying to think like how I was going to say the Equifax thing, and then
so what does that have to do with Bitcoin? Like, I don't understand the tie-in with 600 Bitcoin.
Oh. Thank you. You reminded me because I could not remember anything that we were talking about.
This is a partnership. I got you, fam.
The people that said that they hacked and got all the files were a pair of hackers, which I already had a hard time believing it was just a pair. But, okay.
I mean,
take what it is.
I guess conceivable, sure.
They said that they would completely delete everything. They would delete all the files, all the backups, all the everything, if somebody gave them 600 Bitcoin. And that's how I knew 600 Bitcoin was $2.7 million.
That's a steep price tag.
And they had until I actually think they had until the 19th, which is... No, actually it may have been the 15th. It may be today. So I'm not 100% sure that they may release everything today out into the masses. And the reason was they said that we had all this information and they needed to make sure that it was lucrative, but they don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to hurt anybody. But Equifax should pay. I'm not disagreeing, kinda, But that I believe there's a term for that.
If only
that term.
Male.
Something
Dark male. White male. Something. It'll come to me.
that is.
There's definitely a thing.
There's definitely a thing.
So I don't understand, like, if they don't mean anybody any harm, A, why do it in the first place? B, what are you going to do with the data then? And I also have zero faith whatsoever that they would take 600 Bitcoin and be like, okay, cool, we're done here. Delete. It's digital data. Like, there is absolutely
that data is
nothing.
worth way more.
Well, I mean, because they could squeeze
way more than 2.7 million.
Well, they could squeeze Equifax for 2.7 million and then turn around and sell it on the black market. And you know that there are tons of organizations out there that would go, oh yeah, give me that data. Mm-hmm. I mean, hackers all over the world would kill to have that size of data pool. I mean, because that's not only a lot of data of a certain type, but it's a lot of different types of data too. I mean, that's crazy.
Long story short, there's a good chance that you're affected by this Equifax breach. Very good chance.
Yes, a very good chance.
So put a lock on your credit if you can. If you don't know how to do it, you can literally Google it, and it's not easy, but it's not difficult. It's just like time consuming. Very time consuming. So are you both Masons?
Yeah. He wants, I mean, are we part of
you don't
look, we don't talk about the secret society.
We don't talk about that.
It's hush hush.
This Masons thing. What is that you speak of?
Plausible deniability?
Something like that.
I know nothing. By the way, if you're trying to get your credit locked, I have also heard some reports that the other two credit monitoring agents
are charging money.
They're trying real hard to basically hide that credit locking feature and make it real difficult on people. So
it shouldn't cost money.
It should not,
because it didn't cost me any money when I did it, and I did mine back in May.
I thought it was you could lock it for free, but unlocking it cost you money.
That's a good point. I've never unlocked mine. That's not true. That's not true.
Interesting.
Because I had to do it for what I did upstairs.
Oh. I want to throw you under the bus so hard and just like make up something completely obscene.
Bodies.
Yeah.
No.
So that's interesting. So you didn't have to do that. Okay. Well,
I had to call. I had to call and say, had to verify that it was me.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, they could call and verify that, like, provide your address. Well, I have to assume that it's out there.
Yeah.
Turn two-factor on. Holy crap. Today, my Instagram, I woke up this morning, my Instagram was like, did you try to log in from someplace in California?
Sure didn't.
Sure didn't. I had two-factor on. They couldn't get it.
I wonder how they got...
I don't know.
Did you change...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, man.
Of course I changed the password, but it was like, I don't know what time in the middle of the night that they did it.
Yeah.
But I changed the password as soon as I woke up.
We'll have a conversation about that offline, because I want to ask you a bunch of questions. Password... security is
that's like
pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
I'm a psychopath.
It's okay. I used admin.
My password is 1,
That's
2, 3,
actually
4, 5.
True story.
1, 2, 3, 4.
True story. The Equifax hack in Argentina was because someone didn't change the admin password from the
admin.
Admin.
Yeah.
It was user admin password.
Whoops.
Admin.
I believe
Equifax, what are you doing?
In the industry, we would call that a strategic error.
Dumb. What are you doing?
That's a whoopsie.
What
else we got? Really? Yeah. That's your.
What do we got? We talked about Equifax.
Yeah.
I almost said that out loud. I almost did. I'm gonna delete that.
I wrote something in the notes that Scott rattled off verbatim, and it turns out that it's probably not something we should say out loud. No. So, pitch time.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
Bisto?
Bisto.
Bezos? Jeff. We'll just call you Jeff.
Yeah. Jeffy B. Is that too
Jeffy. Jiggity Jeffy. You almost spit on your brand new MacBook.
Sure
almost.
Did. My 2017 MacBook Pro.
Ooh, we'll do a plug here in a minute.
Yeah.
Jeff. Me and you right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Columbus is the bomb. Columbus is exactly where you want to be. I've heard these reports that you're trying to get to, like, I'm getting in real now. I've heard these reports that you're trying to, it's like Washington's the runner. You don't want Washington. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in Washington. You don't want to be a part of that. Not right now. Columbus. There's a reason why it's called Silicon Valley. Everybody thinks Ohio is in the middle of a cornfield.
It is.
It is not in the middle of a cornfield. Columbus is a top 5 city in the nation.
It's surrounded by cornfields.
Not surrounded by cornfields. We're surrounded by cows, but not cornfields.
There's a lot of cornfields.
There's cornfields in every state.
I'm just saying. It's
You know what you're not going to find in
accurate.
Washington? Cornfields.
What? If this is your pitch,
I'm
bro,
pitching. You know what? You're gonna
this
have
is
one
your
here in a second.
awful elevator pitch.
But I'm telling you right now. No, you want to? Here's like legitimate
Bro,
pitch.
bro,
Seattle, it costs you $605 a square foot for office space in Seattle. That's where your headquarters number 1 is. Guess what? Guess what Columbus is? Guess what? You already know you can't.
I already know. Yeah. So
$61 a square foot. $61. It's the
Pretty
cheapest
cheap.
out of all the cities on the short list. You know what Washington and New York's was? It was like $300, $400.
So do you think that
You could have a bomb office, Jeff. You could have a building.
I was saying you could have a
whole
whole block
building.
of Columbus for the amount of money?
Look,
that
we'll
you're-
take you right down to one area
Yeah.
of town, and you can have a whole city block for like a quarter. A quarter.
Yeah.
I would give it to you for a quarter, and I would sweep the streets.
I tell you what, I'll give it to you for $1.5 million. You're still gonna have to buy the land, but I'm just saying, like, my cut is gonna be $1.5 million. And then
Well, that seems aggressive. I could probably do it for at least $500,000. I'm gonna undercut you just like Amazon undercuts everybody in prices. Jeff, I'm your guy
for $300,000.
I'm your guy, Jeff.
My guy.
Amazon Prime me.
Oh, look at this. Look, Mr. E-Root, I literally pick field and sweet corn out of the locomotives I work on. That sounds like somebody who's surrounded by corn!
Is he close to Columbus? Nope. He's not. You know he's not.
It's Ohio, though.
How many hours is he away from here? How many hours?
It's Ohio.
How
you
many
said Ohio
hours
is not.
How many hours is away from here? 2.5?
No.
It's at least 4.
No, it's not. No, it's Ohio's not that big.
I mean, it's got to be at like 6 hours from
You're
here.
literally as wrong as you can get.
It's an hour and a half, isn't it?
I mean, I wish I had a scoreboard up right now keeping track of all the things that you're wrong
Well, you
about.
just answered the GD question.
Hour and a half.
That's what I
1.5.
just said. An hour and a half.
I know, but
6.
it's wrong when you say it. It's only right when you say it.
Oh, okay. Jeff, just come to
Who
Columbus.
thinks Scott's day job involves real estate? It doesn't.
It doesn't, but should
For
it?
sure doesn't.
Should it? It should.
I mean, so
Would
far,
you buy a house
look,
for me?
No, because your ability
Why?
to pitch a house, your ability to
Oh
pitch
no!
whatever sucks.
Don't even go there. I will. No, don't. I swear to God, I almost punched you. I almost punched you. You know this. You know this.
About
You know this.
what? I don't know what I know now.
I could sell.
Oh yeah, you totally can. Yeah.
Yeah. There is. Wait, what's this? It was in Buck.
Boom shakalaka. Right there. It was in Buckeye Yard, which is in Hilliard, a suburb of
Central Ohio.
Columbus. Columbus.
It's Central Ohio. Anyway, Columbus, Ohio has very, very, very.
Getting back to the point.
Getting back to the point.
Laboriously
Oh
making
my
that
God, Jeff, come to Columbus.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the sort of it.
Next pitch.
So
Or do you
the-
want to make an Amazon pitch, or do you want to continue to be sucky over there?
I'm pretty good at that. Let's be real. So the other cool thing that we heard in the news. So there, obviously, yeah, just please do.
Oh God, and I almost dropped the F word.
So
I'm fine.
this is fine. So
Everything's fine.
Amazon talking about coming to North America. We're hoping for Columbus. The other one that is like maybe potentially coming in and around our area is Elon Musk's Hyperloop. The Hyperloop 1 track, one of the proposed routes would be linking Chicago through Columbus to Pittsburgh, which would be super duper rad.
They
Like,
said
super duper
they
rad.
said that you could go from Columbus
Yeah.
to Pittsburgh, which is roughly
Yeah.
3 hours of a drive.
Yeah.
19 minutes.
That's bananas. I mean, that like it's hard to wrap your mind around how fast you would have to be.
That
going.
would, I mean, that's we could math that.
I'm sure we could. I'm not a math major,
going to
and
math
I don't
that.
care enough to. But the point is, like, it's one thing to put a number to it, but it's something
it was
else
like
to
19
experience
minutes or
going that fast is just insanity.
So on top of that, you could go from Columbus to Chicago, which is roughly 6 hours of a drive, 28 minutes.
I mean, that's.
I
spend more time than that driving 14 miles to work.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
I mean, let's talk about the fog this morning.
Oh.
On the way in. Ugh.
Was it fog in the cornfields? No, yes. Because we don't have cornfields also, around us.
Oh, you are verifiably full of crap. Anyway,
there are not cornfields around this house.
You live in the middle of the suburbs. Of course, there's not cornfields around your house.
Then I'm not wrong.
Your house is not all of Columbus. I don't know if you know this or not, but this is not the State House. Anyway, Dean, I also agree because I one time took a road trip through the American West. Harsh my mellow, bro. Through like Kansas and stuff like that. Like, so I grew up on a farm, but to drive through those fields where it's like it's hours of driving straight, no hills, no turns, and just row after row after row after row after row after row of corn.
Not in Ohio.
Hay.
Not Ohio.
I will open palm.
It is not in Ohio. You know what we have a lot in Ohio? Golf courses.
We do. A shocking amount of golf courses in Ohio.
Do you know Ohio is the second largest state in terms of motorcyclists? Only behind California.
That is a weirdly specific statistic to know.
Yep.
You know what my useless knowledge is?
No, because you have no knowledge.
Do you know that Captain Crunch has a first and middle name? You know what Captain Crunch's first and middle name are? He has a full name.
Well, let them catch up, because they're still on delay a little bit. We can't really give them the answer. Then they're going to get out there and be like, "I know what this is," and then you're already going to give them the answer.
This is true.
This is what we call in the business of buying time to see if somebody was going to respond.
But somebody's just going to Google it.
I know, but someone's going to Google it, they're going to see it, and they're going to get like, get the real prize!
It's my favorite useless bit of trivia.
What is the answer?
It is Horatio Magellan Crunch.
What?
I swear to you. Yeah.
What a name. What?
Yeah. That's Captain Crunch's full legal name is Horatio Magellan Crunch.
Did you know that in the Wendy's logo,
yeah,
her collar spells out mom?
I didn't know that.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I wonder if that's on purpose?
It's on purpose. Wendy's
I feel
logo.
That stat. You are for sure, about driving for miles and miles and miles. Oh my God, it does.
You literally
wow,
says
thank you
mom.
for ruining that. I wonder why.
You will never not see it now. Yep, if you look
no idea who that is. I'm assuming you're talking about Captain Crunch.
It's a cereal.
It's a cereal.
It's a US based cereal.
We need to
He's not in the US,
I know,
man. Come on.
But it's Captain Crunch, man. Also, Captain Crunch, fun story. Captain Crunch was the moniker of one of the most famous freakers of all time, who gained notoriety for figuring out that you could hack the phone systems by blowing one of the Captain Crunch steam whistles that you would get out of the box. Like, it was like a plastic whistle that made a particular sound at a particular frequency that would just let you make free phone calls. I swear to you, that is a real story.
That's way more interesting of us. What?
You struck out. I got it.
That's way more interesting of a little factoid.
Yeah, than
what you
Captain
just
Crunch's
Horatio Sands Crunch, whatever you said his
Horatio
name.
Magellan.
Isn't Horatio Sands an actor?
I don't know. I actually have no idea who that is.
Horatio Sands?
Yeah, you're on your own here. You're fine solo.
Horatio Sands. I am almost positive I know who this is. You're going to be like, I know who that is! Yeah, I was right. That's Horatio Sands.
What is he playing? Because I have no idea. Okay.
That's Horatio Sands.
Okay. I did not know that.
Wow, did he lose a bunch of weight?
Wozniak.
What?
Apparently he did. So, sidebar. What else we got?
Oh, I don't know. I'm over here Googling Horatio Sands.
Yeah, you got distracted.
That's where we
blah, blah, blah.
Whatever. Hang on. I'm getting there. Hang on.
Wait, Nutty Peach.
So we have the Amazon to Columbus and the Hyperloop. We have to have our game. Would you rather? But I can't remember where I put my would you rather.
Oh, hey, I know the other one that we wanted to talk about that we don't have on the list. Google search results.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
Dude.
People are stupid.
So, people are dumb. Let's set this up. So, there is a list out there of the top Google search results from 2004 until now. And this would have been like a do nothing topic at all, other than like as we were reading some of these search queries, we're like, what? Like, that's a thing that you would... Like, what makes you think that Google is going to have the answer to that?
So the number one is actually there. This is number 2.
Sure.
Okay, so the number one, I 100% agree with.
Totally get it, yeah.
The number one thing on Google from 2004
to
17 is how to tie a tie. Most people do not know that. Now, I knew that.
Yeah.
I've been tying a tie for a long time. I actually tie the ties of most people. Because it's a lost art.
Yeah,
it is a lost art.
I totally agree.
Like, you got a half Windsor. You got a full Windsor. Everybody does a half Windsor.
But if
it's so lazy.
Look, if you know how to do a full Windsor, or if you know how to do any of the other, like, I don't even know the names of them, but you see them.
Baller.
Oh man, do you
some of these I actually there was one that you'll see it like if you watch college football.
Yeah.
Desmond Howard would have like a knot that's like this wide, but like. If he opens his jacket, the tie is like right there.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Like it's there. He uses all of the fabric because the knot is so huge.
I don't know why. It's so ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous, but some of these knots are really extravagant. So that number one makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
And then it just immediately goes downhill from there.
It sure does. So number 2, technically number 2 is how to kiss.
We almost did it on this show 20 minutes ago when we touched our beards.
For $2.
For $2. You literally just...
Yeah, that's it.
Put your face together.
And the thing that I don't
watch movies that people do this.
What I don't understand is what makes you think that Google is going to be...
you know what? You
be able to teach you how to do that.
Ram a tongue down someone's throat. No. A kiss. Yeah. You literally... it's not a French kiss.
Yeah.
It's how to kiss. And then you put lips on lips.
Problem solved. And also there are other websites that are out there that are probably better demonstrative wise as far as like how to kiss.
Yes, YouTube.
Not that those other websites are necessarily known for kissing, but number 3, how to get pregnant.
I for sure know that those other sites will show you how to do that.
Yes, yeah.
But don't
do that.
Don't go to those sites. How to get pregnant. Do we really have to have a conversation about how the birds and the bees work?
See, when a man and a woman...
See, when they really like each other.
See, what happens.
Usually they get a really nice dinner. And then they have a conversation with each other.
Oh, there we go.
What's this one?
Mr. E. Root is throwing out some new tie knots. The Eldridge knot. That's the one I was thinking.
Okay, so the Eldridge
knot is sick.
A sick knot. I've tied that a few times.
Yeah.
But the problem with the Eldridge is it's a really hard knot to tie, and you've got to have like a tie like a mile long.
Oh yeah,
because I have a belly.
You have to have a tie that fits.
Like I have a longer torso than my legs, which that sounds weird coming out. But I have a belly that I have to put the tie over a little bit, so I have to have a little more length of the tie.
Yeah, you're not that fat.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm bigger framed around the neck, so I got to have a little more fabric.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of ties that can do that. And I actually lost a tie that I was able to do an Eldridge knot, and I cannot remember where I put it, and I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
Because it was
you could always buy a new one. You could buy a lot of ties for the cost of a 2017 MacBook Pro.
Yeah, you can. We'll get to that in a minute.
Dean has an awesome comment. Up until the late 90s, you could not get into any nightclub in the UK without a tie on. Every man aged over 35 knows how to tie a tie in the UK.
I would bet that you get close to that 35 in the US, and you're real close to.
But
although it's coming back, like you have a lot of people in the US that are dressing full suits and going to work, whereas I'm like, this not gonna happen.
Negative Ghost Rider.
I have put my time in wearing ties, and until I get a paycheck that comes with wearing ties, I ain't wearing a tie.
Don't get me wrong. I have a suit. I love wearing a suit, but I'm an IT guy.
No, I am also an IT guy.
I'm not wearing a suit to bang on a keyboard.
Yeah,
it's comfort is king. Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. So that's really
not even like the best one. Like how to get pregnant. I'm still confused. Like you legitimately do not know how.
I mean, you can Google that.
Like A goes into B, and sometimes you grade a C.
So I wonder if as I'm thinking about some of these search results, I'm like, man, I so want to type in that search result into Google just to see what happens. So it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, like how to get pregnant. I want to type that into Google just to see what Google returns, which is then going to then promote that search result.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, like, how to lose weight? Got it. There's a ton of different opportunities out there. How to draw?
I feel like we might need some more data.
I feel like we've been drawing since we were kids. Crayon, paper, scribble.
Oh,
that's a drawing.
So what you're talking about is the implication there is how do you draw well, or how do you draw a
That's different.
thing.
That is
different.
Totally agree. It's how to draw.
Which,
how to make money.
Work. Get a job.
How to make pancakes. Okay.
Okay.
How to write a cover letter. Now, that one I agree with.
Mac Lethal has a great video on how to make pancakes.
I love that video. That is a great video.
Shout
how to make French toast. Again, I'll even buy that one.
Yeah.
How to lose belly fat. Yeah. That's really hard. How to write a resume. Got that one.
Yeah.
Then I get to this one.
Yeah.
How to boil eggs.
I feel like the question answers itself. How to boil eggs. You boil
eggs. You boil eggs. I swear to God, if I saw on this, how do you boil water? I would have lost my mind. How to boil eggs.
I would love to get also a geographical breakdown of, like, is this U.S. only? Is this global?
I don't know. God, for the sake of Dean, I
feel
hope
like
it's just U.S. only.
I was going to say, I feel like this is... These are my people. These are Americans. Let's be real.
Good Lord. How to boil eggs. That's number 12 on the list.
No. That's number... Oh, yeah, I guess
it would be number 12 on the list.
Number 13, how to draw a rose.
Okay, that's really specific.
But that's so weirdly specific.
But I'm okay with that. It's really specific. How to draw a rose.
You're talking about number 13. Number 13 of the top search results for 2013 years. For 13 years is how to draw a rose. Like, there are that many people that are trying to figure out how to draw a rose.
People like some flowers.
I get that. But
how to boil eggs? Okay. You're going to question someone who wants to draw a rose when the question right above it is, how you boil eggs?
Okay.
Tarnation. I don't know how to boil me some eggs.
But the fact that how to draw a rose is ranked number 13 means that there are less dumb people trying to figure out how to draw a rose than how to boil an egg. There are more people that are like, how you boil one of them there eggs? Every time I open up an egg, it's all liquidy inside. How do I
make that nut runny?
How you make it not runny?
How to gain weight?
Eat. Who is asking that question?
Eat.
Especially in America, who is asking, how do I get fatter?
Well, no, there's a difference. Some people want to gain weight for a reason. But I want more than how to gain weight. For powerlifting, how to Wayne gate. How to Wayne gate.
Yes, how to Wayne gate.
Okay, how to tie a bow tie. Yeah. Right there with you. How to get rid of fruit flies. Throw the fruit away.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I get it. The computer's trying to tell you so many things.
Okay.
What?
So Mr. E-Root says boiling eggs is super technical if you want good eggs. Gosh, I want to throw him under the bus.
Don't.
Mr. E-Root is fantastic at preparing eggs. I happen to know for a fact. And my wife also knows him personally and knows that he's very good at preparing eggs. And this is just me and you right now, buddy. I got you. Dean also says, I saw a video the other day of Jay Leno asking older teenagers the simplest of questions out and about in America. It was terrifying how dense these kids were. I don't mean to pick on the U.S. No, totally get it. Dude, but the problem is, I agree. And there's, like, if you talk generationally, you talk to, like, our parents' generation about even our generation, and there's a massive disconnect about, like, how, not that they're calling us dumb, but there's definitely what do you mean you don't know how to do this? Like, making change in your head. Like, not being completely reliant on your phone for navigation and stuff like that. And I get that. To me, it gets even more kind of slippery when you have American teenagers that don't even grasp some of the basics of American culture and American society. Like, you don't understand the place that you live. Like, that... Yeah, man.
Frustrating, right?
It's super frustrating.
So frustrating. Hang on. We're not done yet.
Oh, yeah.
How to make slime. Again, oddly specific. I'll allow it. But you mean to tell me that Somebody has searched that for 13 years, and it's number 17 on the list.
It's glue and borax. Elmer's glue and borax. Problem solved. Move on.
A lot of people don't know that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Google it. They did the right thing.
Yeah, they did. I'll give them that.
They totally did the right thing.
Or be cooler and just make some non-Newtonian fluid out of cornstarch and water.
Okay, we're done. No.
Yeah, I had to hyperdork it. Sorry, go.
How to Love.
That one blows my mind.
Really? The eggs didn't do it.
No.
The love did.
Yeah, because it's such an abstract concept. Here's my thing. I think number 17 is proof that there is actually artificial intelligence out in the world, and it is trying to make sense of humans.
Wow.
That's Google's AI going, what is human? How to love.
That is...
I'm totally making that up, by the way.
Whoa deep.
Yeah.
Whoa deep. It's almost as deep as Cassini
What you did
in
there.
Saturn. I didn't do
Uranus.
that other one. In Uranus. Didn't. How about number 19? How to hard boil eggs. What is it with these people and eggs?
Yeah, that's a little
Boil the
ridiculous.
eggs. Boil the eggs. Guess what? They're hard boiled eggs. Hard.
Okay.
Boil. You know what?
Hard.
Get really hard water.
Hard. That's such an awful joke.
Boiled eggs.
Yeah.
Boil ice because it was hard. Before? No. What?
God. Oh, that's okay. I mean, I get your point, but yeah.
How to get rid of acne.
How to get rid of acne.
Okay. How to play poker. Again.
Got it.
How to get rid of bed bugs. Yuck.
Okay. Good luck.
But again, all the things you should be Googling.
Yeah.
Totally on board with it.
Yeah.
How to save money.
Don't spend it.
Don't spend it.
This is how I know that this is strictly American.
Because we don't do that either.
Yeah, because we don't do that either. Saving money. What you mean save it? You mean
I done stuck it in my mattress.
You mean you ain't supposed to spend it?
I done put it on that plastic card thing.
Money. I don't need money. I got a credit card.
I just use somebody else's money.
Right. How to write a check?
Okay.
I get it.
Right.
Lost arts. You want to talk about like generational differences? People that don't know how to write a check or balance a checkbook. I'm on the borderline. I have a checkbook. I don't balance it. You know why? Because I have an online bill statement thing, and I balance that.
We'll get into that later. We'll talk offline on that.
Sidebar, I actually don't.
Okay. How to get a passport.
Say I did.
Okay, how to get a passport.
Okay,
totally on board with it. How to boil eggs.
That's the one, yeah.
That one really bothers me.
The weird, it goes from
Get
like
rid of fruit
weirdly
flies.
abstract, like how to draw, how to love, and then like the super duper crazy specific ones.
I want to draw a rose.
I want to draw a rose. Done. That's so weird.
I don't want to draw a rose.
What else we got?
We get phone stuff that we talk about and then our game.
You want to do phone stuff first and then game? Or vice versa?
Let's talk about the iPhone for 13 minutes. It's not just the iPhone. We have to talk about the iPhone. Because it's
the biggest news out right now.
It's the biggest news. We have to talk about the iPhone.
So
I was right.
Okay.
I just got the names wrong.
Okay.
I was right. I got the names wrong.
Okay.
I got the names wrong. It's okay.
What you're doing is called retconning history. You're wrong. You said it was going to be an iPhone 7, a 7 Plus, and an 8.
I did.
And it's not. It's an
I
iPhone.
did get one of them right though. It is called an iPhone 8. I just said that was the top one.
My good pal Meatloaf says 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Not 1 out of 3.
Wow.
How about that for a reach?
That was a mighty one.
Also,
reach.
they announced more than 3 phones because they had the iPhone SE, CE, SE, whatever,
are you
the El
talking
Cheapo,
about?
the El Cheapo iPhone.
Here? This last one?
Yeah,
They announced that too?
that was on the whole list of here's the iPhone products we have.
No, I sent you that. That's just a show. That was already announced way before.
Oh, okay, cool. Fair enough.
The 3 new ones were the 3 that I
thought
got
that they were
right.
I thought that they were
and I said
announcing.
it was 3.
Shut up your face! I thought that they were announcing a new version of the SE with updated hardware. That was my take.
No. So they announced the iPhone 7. Oh my god, I just did it again.
You know what that makes you?
Oh god,
You know what that
wrong
makes you?
twice.
Yes. I'm sorry. Could you say that again one more time? You want to hit me so.
Oh, I do. I almost did. Okay,
I just
so
want to grab the beard and just smash my face into the
so
desk.
it's the iPhone 8,
Yep.
the iPhone 8 Plus,
Yep.
and the iPhone 10.
Which will...
It's not the iPhone X.
It will forever be known as the iPhone X.
It is not the iPhone X.
Look, everyone calls it OS X, even though it's OS 10.
It is
Everyone
the
is going
iPhone
to call
10.
it the OS.
It's the iPhone
X.
10 because it's the 10th anniversary.
Look, I get that.
It is the... I get it. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to write the... I'm trying to get a free iPhone, man. Shut up.
Hold your breath. So iPhone 10, I guess it's really kind of a non-story with the iPhone 8s are...
The iPhone 8s do have a bit of an upgrade to them. They are all glass.
On the back.
They have a glass... Well, on the front, too. Are you going to put the metal on the front, you idiot?
Oh, my God.
On the back. Yeah, you're right. They just swapped it around with the front.
I hate you.
You said it, not me.
Look, there has always been glass on the front of the phone.
Yeah, but just glass on the back. Yep, just on the back. Just on the back.
The glass on the back is the change. That's the new thing with the
It's
iPhone.
all glass. They didn't just put the glass on the back and metal on the front. There's nothing on the front. Yeah, I'm taking my shot. Pot shots.
You are
I don't even
so
care.
hard.
I don't even care.
Oh man, this is so.
Gotta let it burn.
Real talk.
Gotta let it burn.
When we finally break our prohibition against just cussing each other out and
Oh, it's
just
coming.
laying into each other, it's going to be because of moments like this. Where I'm just going to be like, look,
we're not doing it though. We're not going to do it today. We're going to bring it back down. Anyway,
eat an entire container of genitalia.
So the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus
Yes.
are all glass, front and back.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff did not change. So a bit of an upgrade on the goes from an A10 chip to an A11 chip.
Now,
that's a
let's
difference.
talk about that A11.
They are saying it's only 25% faster than the A10, and I don't think that that's true. However, I think that iPhone X...
you did it.
Is spec differently because of a lot of other things.
Well, they said it was an A11 in all three of them.
They are,
iPhone
but I don't think
and
it's
the
the same.
iPhone-
I don't think it's the same way.
X.
I don't think the iPhone 8 series and the iPhone X series are basically programmed the same way. This goes to your point where you said the iPhone X is strictly experimental.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Where you said flat out experimental. Basically, they're using it as a beta test, and I said, "Oh, so it's the new Google Glass?" And you're like, "No, it's not that bad."
Yeah.
I had Google
did
Glass.
That. Yeah. And it was
fine.
It was
fine. Anyway,
was
phone talk.
interesting.
Phone talk. Sheila wants us to talk about phones. And I agree with her. We should talk about phones.
so iPhone 8 is
Okay,
Ooh,
I wouldn't
oh.
say that the new iPhone is a disgrace. I'm actually gonna. The iPhone.
For the people listening at home, let's read the comment. Dean says the new iPhone is a disgrace. Nothing new outside of the screen, really. OLED screen is 6 years behind the rest. The innards in the camera hardly change. They have not caught up and are falling behind.
Okay.
I mostly agree
I can't agree with
the
the camera part. I can't.
Okay, the camera, but the interior stuff. That the A11 is
a big difference.
Is nasty.
It is
super nasty.
Great.
And
they're talking about there are reports out there, right? I don't want to steal your thunder. You take it.
So I'm a performance dork, right? So there's already there's this well-known benchmarking suite called Geekbench. They run it on everything from laptops to desktops to phones, and this is really where the benchmarking data comes in. There's some early reports out that say that the iPhone 10 is running Geekbench scores higher than the MacBook Pro 2017 13-inch model. That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of power.
That's a
handset.
truckload of power.
That is a lot of power in a handset.
There's a massive caveat to all of this. There's a huge asterisk. Keep in mind, though, that we're talking about different architecture. The MacBook Pro is x86. We're talking about Intel processors, i3, i5 style. The iPhone 10 is, or I guess even the 8s are the A11, which is not... That's ARM, ARM architecture versus the standard x86 stuff on the PC side. So it's different. It's also a different operating system, all that jazz. Got it. But when we're talking about raw computation, A11 is putting up some crazy numbers. So I respectfully cannot really get behind the idea that they haven't done much with the interior. The
camera is also... They are now going to a dual camera system.
Yeah.
And the dual camera system, if it's anything like... So the iPhone 7 had one of the best cameras I've ever seen. in a handset.
Which is impressive because you have a Pixel, and that thing takes ridiculous.
And I still think my Pixel beats an iPhone 7 in some instances, but definitely not fully all the way over an iPhone.
But iPhone 8's going to smoke it.
Yeah, I do. I think the iPhone 8's really going to smoke it. If I were to say, like, do I want to wait for a new iPhone? I would tell the person, do not get the iPhone X. To Dean's point, that is way overkill for probably the normal person.
Yep.
But I would absolutely recommend an iPhone 8 to them. However, let's talk about the Android phone I'm the most excited about.
What phone is that, Scott?
The one that comes out on my birthday.
Weird. Every birthday.
Everybody, I just want to tell you this right now. I say it all the time. I said it last year when we did a live show, if you go back and look. The Pixel, the original Pixel, was announced on my birthday last year.
It's coming this year.
It's coming this year on my birthday.
It's all but confirmed at this point. I think
it's a gift from Google to me because of my birthday. It's my birthday. So, I am really excited about this phone. I have heard that this phone, I don't think the iPhone 7 is in the top 5 cameras in the dock score. I can't speak to the dock score. I can only speak to what I've used the iPhone 7 in comparison with the Pixel. So I just did it from a side-by-side comparison. That's actually a really interesting video idea I haven't really thought about. Like doing an iPhone 7 versus a Pixel XL. Really cool, Like I'm sure people have done it. I haven't personally thought about doing one on our channel. So let me know in the comments if you would like something like that, because then I can.
Great idea for a video, Dean.
Actually, would love to do that for an iPhone 8 versus a Pixel.
God, I know,
However, I would want to do that with the brand new Pixel that was just announced.
I think it would be interesting to show the progression though, to show like iPhone 7 versus Pixel. Pixel wins or iPhone wins, whatever. I'm not gonna show bias now, right? So you show which one wins, and then you take it to the next step. You go, okay, this was last generation. Let's show the currently announced stuff. iPhone 8, cool. Head-to-head comparison between last generation Pixel and current generation iPhone. Is there a difference? Can you as a person?
So I do it in use tests, right? Like so, like all the B-roll, most of the B-roll that you see on this channel, for the most part, it's filmed on a Pixel XL. So when we did the whole let's look at, I don't think that's the same dock score. That is definitely
I'll do this.
The
I'll
same
do this.
dock score.
You do you.
Yeah. So all of that was filmed. I did a 4K for a while, and I was like, that's overkill. So we film in 1080p at 60 frames a second, pretty much for all of our videos, but the Pixel has never batted an eye. I wish I would have gotten the not 32 gig, but I was a cheap person. I will not make that same mistake again. But from what I have been able to find on the Pixel XL, the new one, not the old one, and not the Pixel 2, specifically to the Pixel XL2 or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The big version of mine for this year, I have heard nothing but good things. Like it's like similar size footprint. You've seen it on I think 9 to 5 Google had one where it was like the most blurry, awful picture ever.
Yeah, actually, I want to look that up real quick.
It was an awful thing, but it's going to be very similar footprint. But I'm going to make some huge assumptions. Assumptions here. I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably going to be the same size footprint.
Yeah.
But you're going to see less of the chinny chins that you see on the top and the bottom here.
And that lines up with a lot of the pictures that I've seen so far. I mean, all you have to do is go out and Google Pixel 2 XL, and you can see the much smaller chins, which if those are accurate, that's huge. I think.
I'm telling you, I don't think it's going to be edge to edge. I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do the whole what iPhone 10 did, where they have the bar at the top. I also don't think they'll do what the Essential phone did with the camera in the middle that looks like the U. I don't think they'll do that. So I'm expecting some chins, but not huge chins. And definitely not bezels on the side. I am not expecting that at all with that. I am expecting really, maybe light, like we're talking really small bezels on the side. That's what I'm expecting. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I bet you there's no headphone jack.
I am pretty sure that has all but been confirmed.
The headphone jack thing? Yeah, I mean, all the reports basically say.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is that I still don't think it's a deal breaker, but I still understand why people are a little annoyed by that. I really do.
Here's the reason why. I don't think it will have a headphone jack, because I think the only thing that will be there is the charger.
Yeah.
Which means, and this is again assumption, if there is no headphone jack,
yeah,
then there's probably it's
going to be a dongle.
Oh god, yeah. So in the original Pixel,
that is USB Type-C.
This is USB Type-C, but you also have the issue of the
speakers on the bottom,
which drive me crazy. Yeah. I can go ahead and just tell you that I believe in my heart of hearts that you're going to have the stereo speakers like you had on the Huawei. You'll have something like
Shazam.
That. I'm just going to go ahead and say it, and the reason is because they don't have a headphone jack, so there's no reason to put something down there.
Yeah.
They'll just keep it nice and clean. That's my guess.
So, while we're on the subject of headphone jacks and dongles and so on and so forth. Dongle hell.
Well, hang on. We got a couple questions. Sheila, new Pixel XL versus the Note 8.
New Pixel XL. No question in my mind. Note 8 is pretty, but the problem that I have with the Note series, and I will always hold this against Samsung, they are very, very slow to release updates for their phones. So in some cases, when I was on an older Note series phone, it was almost an entire generation behind as far as Android updates.
They're getting better.
Sure.
But still.
For the latest and greatest, and for it to be a stripped down, no extra adware, and not adware, but no extra crap installed on your phone, in my opinion, you cannot go wrong with the Pixel. You really can't. It is a gorgeous device. And this is not a knock against the Note. The Notes are gorgeous devices. But I don't get behind Samsung. I just don't do it anymore.
So I'm going to ask if you can wait. October 4th is roughly 19 or 20 days from now, I think. Ish.
Okay, let's go with that.
I think. If you can wait that long, I would highly, highly, highly recommend waiting. But if it's a situation where you can't wait and you have the money, the Note is not a bad phone.
No, it's not. Yeah, please don't take that as me crapping on the Note. It's just that if they're both neck and neck, I think that the Pixel ekes out the Note in terms of, and it comes down to the details, but it's, to me, those details matter to me.
Yeah.
Period.
Sheila specifically, I don't personally believe, almost all the reports say that there will be no headphone jack on the new Pixel. Everywhere, it's basically like, where's there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Everywhere I have read talks about no headphone jack.
Yeah.
And now that doesn't mean, like, if it's anything like Apple, what they did last year is they'll give you like a dongle that you plug into your USB Type-C where you plug in your regular headphones. It's a dongle that you have to carry around, and that really sucks. But that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
So the new iPhone, if we're talking about dongles and connections, is Lightning.
I thought that was really stupid.
I thought that was incredibly stupid.
Because they went all in on the MacBook Pro. Even in 2016, it was like, let's USB-C all the things.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Thunderbolt 3. I watched a video one day.
You did. Matter of fact, for those of you that are curious about USB Type-C versus Thunderbolt 3, you can check this very channel for a quick rundown of the differences between the two. Spoiler alert, there's not really that many, but the point is...
Also, spoiler alert, the video was average. Oh, burn!
You're not wrong.
I'm just kidding.
That video went nowhere. Slightly disappointing, but be that as it may. The Apple had a major hand in designing the USB Type-C connector. A major hand in it. So the fact that they doubled down on doing Thunderbolt 3 on their MacBook Pro and USB Type-C connector, and then did not have Type-C on their iPhone, I think is...
That's right.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
My guess
really
is,
don't.
To me, this is what it feels like. It feels like the iPhone 10 is rushed. It feels like it's rushed. And here's the reason why. They couldn't figure out the whole getting the fingerprint scanner under the glass, which is why they really pimped out the Face ID. Face ID. I'm going to go ahead on record right now. Total flop.
You think the iPhone 10 is going to be a total flop?
I don't. Okay. Apple is a mega money machine.
Yeah.
it's hard to say it's a flop. There's I can't say there's very few Apple products that are a flop. There are some, but I believe that you're going to have a real hard time with that Face ID. That thing had best work, or it will be everywhere. You remember when the bend gate happened? When the iPhone 6s bent?
Yeah.
You'll have that all over again.
Yeah.
All over again.
I mean, I have my concerns are always way more practical. They're usually around security, right? So now again, so for our international friends, I apologize. I don't know your court system. What I do know is how America works. Not very well in some cases.
No.
But what kind of the standard that's already been established is that if you have a PIN code on your phone, you cannot be forced into divulging the PIN code if you happen to be under arrest and there's cops that want to search your phone, right?
Yeah.
If it's a fingerprint reader, you can. They can force you to give up your fingerprint to unlock your phone. Same thing applies for
Just close your eyes.
facial ID.
Close your eyes.
I get that, but what I'm saying is that I'm willing to bet that the courts are also going to side on, because it's a biometric thing, the courts are also going to side on the fact that facial ID is also going to be, the cops can make you do that.
You could just say you don't have it turned on. I'm assuming you're going to have the ability to turn it off.
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
But then you
turn
get
it
into
on
the
off.
ability as like, I got to punch a passcode in, which doesn't normally sound like it's a big deal, except for now Apple asks for a bigger passcode. It's not 4 digits anymore.
Which it shouldn't be, because 4 digits is trivial to break.
So it's 6 digits.
Okay.
So now you have...
Now that, I think, is a direct result of San Bernardino.
Really?
Yeah, I absolutely think so.
Basically saying like, okay, you cracked the 4, now crack the 6.
So the devil's in the details. The way that they cracked the 4 was not directly by guessing at an almost infinite number of digits, right? So there was an Israeli company that was able to circumvent the security protection. So they got around it. But I think that itself kind of highlighted, because one of the things that got brought up is the fact that you could guess an iPhone passcode at 4 digits, and you had to do like the FBI enumerated it all out, right? So your average is usually about 50% of your guesses is about where you would find a solution. If you had to brute force something, you have to do like 3 guesses, and then you have a lockout, and then you have to do a reset or something along those lines. So they had it mapped out as far as, if we have to do this hardcore style, we'll do it. It'll take us about this long. So
how long was that? Just curious.
A long time. It was still going to take a long time.
Long time like years? Long time like months?
Weeks maybe.
Okay.
But and again, this is all supposing that your average, if you're going to brute force crack a password, your average is about 50%. Average. So you're guessing 50% of the digits. That's not trivial at all. So I think Apple's Apple is really good about staying at the forefront of security, which is what really has me scratching my head about the facial recognition thing. But I think that's why they're jumping up to 6 digits. 4 digits is not that secure anymore.
I'm telling you, that Face ID had best be good.
It
has to be good.
I would kill to get a hold of an iPhone 8 just to be able to test things
10.
like... Oh, yeah, it's only on the iPhone 10.
Yeah,
right.
iPhone 8. iPhone 8 Plus still has
Yeah.
the button on the bottom.
Yeah.
So it still has the button with the fingerprint. That's why I think that one's going to sell probably 4 to 1.
I think there's a lot of
4
people
or
that
5
are
to
concerned
1.
about the facial recognition thing.
What's the price?
And I would...
It's $1,000 iPhone.
I would kill to get a hold of one of those just to be able to test the extent of the facial recognition thing, because I want to play with every high resolution pictures, whether or not you can map that to a 3D printed face. Like if your iPhone 10 is set up for facial recognition, can I 3D print your face and also fool the iPhone cameras into that?
Yeah,
all of those
that's
things
a
I'm going to play
lot.
with.
That is a lot of detail to get into someone's phone.
I agree, but so for us, we're nobodies. Nobody cares about us. But when you look at people that are super rich and famous...
Yeah, but by the time that you would 3D print someone's face, that phone has been turned off, basically nuked from somewhere else.
Faraday cage.
What?
You can't nuke it if you can't communicate with it. All you have to do is prevent... Again, we are not the target for that. But the people that we're talking celebrities, we're talking
I get that,
rich and
but
powerful businessmen,
I
to be able to snag an iPhone 10 and be able to basically emulate somebody's face. You're not getting their fingerprint easily.
And I still don't think the 3D printer would work on their face. I don't think it's going to work on their face, like their real face.
But again, that's where I would love to see what the limits of that are, just to be able to see, like,
I'm telling you,
from a security standpoint, if I'm a security guy and Apple has this reputation for being a security-minded company, okay, let's put it to the test. Let's see whether or not.
Well, I think like they're making comments like you can't do it if you keep your eyes closed.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's one. You can't do it with a photo. Okay, also cool. Okay. Because it needs the depth of field.
For sure. Let's test it.
And I still do not believe that even a 3D printer would work. Don't a lot of businesses allow workers to use their iPhone? Facial recognition security, that aspect, is it precarious, right? So at my work, I have to, because I have an Android.
Yeah.
There's a work app that we have for email and calendar and Skype and that and that and the other. I have the ability to use my fingerprint, but because I have an Android, I can't, because we can't support that.
Which is funny to me.
LOL, but we can on the iPhone.
Yeah.
And we can use our fingerprint. But it's the fingerprint that's programmed for the device, not for the app.
Yeah. So the app itself, which means
does not ask for
which
my
means
fingerprint.
The company itself does not recognize your fingerprint.
Nope.
So I do not use that app because I am a hard and fast separation between church and state type of guy. Like, work stays over there, personal phone stays over here. So I will not use that app.
Yeah, so I don't do that.
Yeah.
I have my stuff on my own phone.
Yeah, my problem is the fine print that says ... and if we need to, we can erase your phone. Yeah, that's a pump the brakes moment for me. But again, I'm the security crazy person, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But don't do something stupid.
We're
not going to argue with you. I'm not getting into this. I'm not going
to.
I'm not going to do something. Just don't do something dumb.
No. It's the same argument as I have nothing to hide, so I don't care if the NSA listens to me. It's the exact same argument, and that is a terrible argument.
But I don't care if they listen to me, Greg.
Oh my god.
I'm not doing anything illegal, Greg. I go ahead.
Okay.
You're listening to say whatever, man. I'm totally down, bro.
Let's play a game where I just mud stomp you.
You're not. You can't. You can't. You have not yet mud stomped me. You have not done it. You cannot beat me. I am undefeated.
Oh my god.
Conor McGregor.
That.
You should have bet that $20. You should have bet that $20.
No, you know what?
Should have bet that $20.
You knew that I wasn't going to. You knew up front I wasn't going to do that. This is going to be the Conor McGregor thing. Is going to be an ongoing thing.
You deserve it too.
Forever.
You deserve.
I rode you. Look, I rode you pretty hard.
Every ounce of that.
The weeks beforehand, man, I rode you hard.
I do not feel bad about that. I do not feel bad about that. I still, by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I stand behind the comment of, I think you should get an iPhone 8. I don't think you should get an iPhone 10. I still think the iPhone 10 is... What did you just look up?
Minding my own business is what I just Googled.
That is definite. Oh, God. That's not even fair. That's awful.
Yeah,
We'll see. Messy for most businesses.
It's for sure messy.
Yes.
So...
Sheila, you make a great point.
The ironic part to me is the fact that if you have a MacBook at work, at enterprise level, it's not supported. Like, nobody supports MacBooks, but an iPhone is. Meanwhile, you have Windows desktops or Windows laptops, but no support for Android. Even though Android is overwhelmingly the larger platform.
It's open.
It doesn't matter.
That's the reason.
I know, but it's still a stupid reason.
I can't. I mean, I can only go so much. I can only tell you what I know.
Yeah.
That's the no. NSA, if you're, I didn't do anything wrong, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything wrong.
All right, look. I
don't care. Look at my phone. I don't care.
Hang on. Let me read a direct quote. I am 100% with you on this, Greg. That's my name, by the way, in case. Also, Mr. E-Root, agree with Greg. Security is not worth my privacy, whether or not my nose is coked or clean. Okay. again, direct quote. I feel like you're taking it a little bit far. Just saying. But yeah, I mean, it has to stop someplace, man.
Just give in, man.
No.
Just go all in.
No, says the man.
Go all in.
Says the man who has the Google Home upstairs listening to your every word, man.
They do,
They're
too.
listening, man.
They do listen, too.
No, you want
every
real talk.
word.
You want to hear something creepy.
Every word.
Go to,
It's in your account settings.
Look in your account settings on your Google account, and there is if you have the keyword feature where you can say, okay, keyword, you can hear.
Okay, Google.
It didn't do it.
It didn't work. Oh, darn it.
Meanwhile, everyone at home is like,
God damn you, Scott.
So, go look at your account settings, and you will hear the question that you asked your assistant, but you'll also hear like a second or two before and then a second or two after. So you better hope that you're not talking about anything sensitive before that. So, I mean, that's the level of creepiness that some of those assistants have. What?
Hey, Siri. That was just in case y'all had Siri.
Yeah. You want to do one for Alexa, too? Because Cartman Jr.
Wasn't it, hey, Alexa?
I don't know. I don't have an Alexa thing.
I don't know.
Oh, no. I
Definitely
okay.
no.
So we're going to switch over to...
What are you looking at?
I don't know what this one is.
I don't even do... What are my would you rather?
Today, we're going to reach back to the Would You Rather game. I definitely want to get some comments down in the comment section below. So as we throw out these questions, feel free to comment, put out what you would respond to in this particular case.
Where did I put all my stuff?
Would you rather? Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to ask each other a series of questions.
I don't have the questions. Where do my questions go?
I don't know. I'm not your mom.
Oh. Greg, where are my questions?
I think I might have some on my.
Greg,
I have some on my phone.
Greg,
wait one while we check our phones because we.
I know, but where did I put my questions?
I don't know. It's not my turn to babysit them.
Oh God, I hate your face.
Where did you put them, Scott?
Scott,
where did you put them? Where did you put them, Scott? Where'd you put them, Scott? Scott, where did you put them?
Always on earbuds here. Everybody can hear my business basically between the NSA and Google.
Yeah.
My kids love Google Home, by the way.
I know they do.
I love it.
Yeah,
love
my
it.
Kids,
it's great.
My kids would probably love it too. Okay.
Yep.
So.
It's too bad I love my kids better than yours. What?
I mean, I would hope that you love your kids better than mine. I love my kids better than yours. How about
LOL?
How about them apples? Okay.
Oh.
Scott, would you rather smell like poop and not know it, or constantly be smelling poop that nobody else can smell?
Oh, man.
Yeah, these are no-win questions.
What is it?
Would you rather smell like poop and not know it, or constantly be smelling poop that nobody else can smell?
I gotta go with the constantly smelling poop.
Oh my gosh, we agree.
Really?
I am totally.
I can't do I couldn't do the whole.
I
couldn't do that.
I can't do that, and I feel like at some point in time, like your nose would just get used to it. It'd be so like, whatever. Your brain would filter that smell out. I guess unless it's like a super gnarly poop.
Oh, dude, what?
Why?
I bet I put them on paper. I bet I put.
Would you rather eat only roadkill for the rest of your life, or have everybody else in the world, and this includes your darling wife and your children, sound like Gilbert Gottfried?
Oh man, God, I'd rather have the sound.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, roadkill though, that's gnarly.
I mean, I guess it depends on how long it's been sitting.
Dude, it's so bad. Would you?
Dean would rather be the smeller. I
really
100% agree with that. I would rather smell it than smell like it.
Oh, so he agrees with us.
Well, hang on. I think so. I think that's what he's saying. He would rather be the smeller, so he would rather smell it.
You would be You would rather be the smeller. Yeah. Oh. What? I can't do that one. That one is. Oh no!
Totally inappropriate ones.
Oh my God!
I would love to read. Okay.
Oh, here you go. Would you rather be forced to wear wet socks the rest of your life?
Oh man.
Or only be allowed to wash your hair once a year?
Oh man.
Oh my God! What? Oh, wet socks?
I would. Okay. I would rather wash my hair once a year because I would just shave my head. Problem solved.
I would do the same.
I would, yeah, without question.
I can't do wet socks.
Yeah.
I can't do wet feet.
Yeah. So, for our international friends, if you look up on YouTube who Gilbert Gottfried is, he is also the voice of Iago from the Disney Aladdin movie. And what else has he done that's terrible? He's like the super squinty-eyed guy. Mr. E-Root, hair, totally agree. I could not even hope to do a Gilbert Gottfried. Just look, think of your respective country and think of one of the people that has just this insanely grating voice. Like somebody who's just like him opening his mouth, or her, whatever, equal opportunity hater. Somebody who opens her mouth and as soon as they speak, you're just like, I would love to swallow a 45 right now. Picture that voice.
That seems aggressive.
Is what it is. So, what else we got here? Dean would rather wash his hair once, but I would just condition it the rest of the time. Your hair
would be the
so
greasiest.
That
would be the greasiest hair on the history of ever. Man, that is crazy.
Save a lot of money on motor oil, I guess. You just wring your hair out in your engine.
Oh God, this one. Would you rather get a paper cut between your fingers every time you touch paper?
Okay.
Or bite your tongue every time you eat something?
Oh, man.
That sounds awful.
Both of those sound terrible. I have to eat. I don't have to touch paper. I will take the paper.
Oh, between your fingers, though?
I would just never touch paper. Touching paper would be analogous to my aversion to wet wooden spoons. I would just never touch it. I would just not do it.
Would you rather be stupid in a world full of smart people or be smart in a world full of stupid people? How would you not know you're one or the other? That's my question.
Yeah.
How would you not know that?
Yeah.
If I was really smart and everyone else was stupid, I'm perceiving them as stupid.
Yeah.
Are they then perceiving me as stupid?
Yeah.
And then vice versa.
I mean, that's some deep philosophical. That's super deep. Yeah, and I mean, some would say that's kind of the state of American politics right now too.
That one kills me. This one, just scrolling down a website. Yeah. I'm going to say this because I feel like this one's okay.
Yeah, this one's pretty funny. Well,
it's okay,
medically accurate.
Medically accurate.
Yeah.
Would you rather have vaginas for ears?
Yeah.
Or have an ear for a vagina?
Don't have a vagina.
Can't speak to that one.
So I guess I will take the second one because I feel like vaginas for ears would be
inappropriate.
Or inappropriate. That works too. All of the above. All of the above.
Wow.
Mr. Eatroot would rather be stupid amongst smart people. Grating voice, like all the times he shouts, and my earbuds.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be us. Look, we're loud people. We try and tone it down for the show.
I don't.
We don't really. Yeah.
That's
never
hurtful.
touch paper. Yes, Sheila agrees. Never touch paper. It's just way easier that way.
Oh man, would you rather have legs?
Hey, are you gonna let me participate?
No, shut up.
Yeah.
Have legs as long as your fingers, or fingers as long as your legs?
Okay, that would break my entire hand. Like I don't have small hands, but legs.
Would you rather? So you would rather have legs as long as your fingers? So you would be. This is how tall you would be.
I mean,
you would be a gnome.
Whatever, wheelchair. I can get around still. This is not usable. What am I doing? What am I doing with legs that are like this, or fingers that are this long each? What am I doing with that?
Scratching an itch way over there.
I could go this way and still scratch my lower back or something, or my butt.
Think about the grip that you'd have on those things.
You would wrap all the way around.
Yeah, like an octopus.
Ugh,
all right, go ahead.
All right, would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator?
Oh, ski lift, for sure.
Really?
Cannot do the elevator. I have this overwhelming. I don't know why. It's not a fear of enclosed places because that doesn't bother me. It's the fear of getting on an elevator and have to pee. I do not know why.
Pee in a corner, dude.
I'm telling you, I don't know why. Yeah,
I would be way more afraid of. Did you? I'm sure you saw there was a video of this nice cleaning lady that was getting off an elevator. Right, she got off, and as she was in the process of getting out, the elevator just dropped behind her.
What?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
that's real.
That's a real thing.
And did she didn't fall though?
No, she like literally just gotten out, and she turned around, and like you could see the security camera footage of like she comes out of the elevator, and then you see the elevator go, woof, and just disappear.
Nope. No.
Man.
Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, would you rather? This is too easy. Would you rather make a phone call or send a text? Send
message.
a text every time.
Always.
I
don't do the
like
phone
talking. Would you rather be filthy rich and live 400 years ago, or be poor but live today?
Man, you don't know what you don't know back then, though. You know what I mean? Like, you're filthy rich. You have the best of everything.
Oh, so you know what I do know though is modern medicine didn't exist 400 years ago. So.
Well, kinda. Medicine back then existed, and it was called modern. Am I wrong? Did medicine? No. Shut up a second.
Modern.
No. I know you're saying modern.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Our modern medicine. Yes.
Correct.
They had a modern time too. Their modern time, they had medicine. It may not be up to the level of ours, but it was still modern to them medicine.
That is
how do you boil eggs?
probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard you say. Yes, I obviously they had medicine that was considered modern for the time. We're talking about people that thought that your body was ruled by humors, like the black humor and stuff like that. Like, oh, you have cancer. By the way, they didn't know what cancer was. So yeah, let me just like drain 3 pints of your blood.
But they didn't know any better. They didn't know what they didn't know.
Your average life was like nothing. 400 years ago. 400 years ago.
You live like a king.
1600s.
Thank you. Poor will still limit you for modern medicine. He's right.
Obamacare? Sorry, I couldn't even say with a straight face. I would rather live now. I'd way rather live now.
I don't know.
Modern is contemporary. Correct. Yes, modern is contemporary. At least. Oh, wait. Yeah. Poor will still limit you for modern medicine, at least to an extent in the U.S. For sure. Yeah.
If you're poor in another country,
yeah.
I mean, you might as well be living like a king back 400 years ago.
There are places that give away free healthcare.
There are some.
Yeah.
There are also some that don't.
There for sure are. Canada, one such country.
Africa does not.
What does that have to do with anything?
I just said you could be poor. If you're poor in Africa, you could. You're.
Yeah. Nowhere. Look. Nowhere in that question does it say you also have to move countries. I live here.
What's your next question, Greg? Because you're wrong. You're wrong, son. Wrong. Would you rather be 4'5" or 7'7"? I'm taking 7'7" all day.
So you can live out your dream of being a basketball player.
Yes, but then have like the worst joint pain. Look, I'm only 5'10". Mm-hmm. Let's be real, I'm 5'9".
Real talk.
I'm 5'9".
Real talk.
But I still have joint pain.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna have joint pain,
look, I do too.
I'm gonna be 7'7".
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you can't do stuff after you turn 35. You know what? I don't care. I'm 7'7", and when I shrink down, I'll be 7'2". Still don't care.
Would you rather change your hair color or your eye color?
I'd rather change my eye color.
Wait, because you can't normally change that?
Well, I can change my hair color.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, is it just like a practicality thing?
Yeah,
it's like, well,
I can't change. Yeah.
What else we got? Would you rather be on a survival reality show or a dating game show?
God, both sound awful.
I would do the survival show in a heartbeat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, both sound awful. Like, that dating game one.
Yeah, but the survival...
can you believe what that Scott guy did the other day? Boy, that pickup line was terrible.
The survival show, I would actually be interested in that, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I guess it depends. Like, so there's some of the survival shows that are like, oh, yeah, they have to survive, but they don't. I would be interested in that.
Oh, God, that sounds awful.
Okay.
Oh, My
Mine
God.
was super tame. I have a feeling you got a nasty one. Okay,
Oh,
what do you got?
God. Would you rather
Yeah.
put a nail
Okay.
under your big toe and then kick a door,
Okay.
or give yourself 100 paper cuts and then bathe in a tub of rubbing alcohol? Oh my God, that's awful. Oh my God. I know which one I'm picking. No question.
Paper cuts.
Paper cuts, 1,000%.
No way.
Oh, under your big toe?
Oh, man.
Oh,
and then
God.
kick a door.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Why did I read that?
That makes
That's
me
awful.
so uncomfortable. Oh, my God. That makes me so uncomfortable. Would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Oh, I'd rather be too cold.
Really?
I hate being hot,
God.
dude. I hate being hot.
So I've been...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Color context. I forgot that. However, like my eyes aren't really bad enough to justify contacts.
Yeah.
So I don't want to wear them because they're more annoying than anything. Because I like when I rub my eyes, I like to just dig at them.
Yeah.
Just yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Making that noise. Yada yada yada.
It's true. I've been there for it.
Right. So with contacts, I always would do that and they'd be like, yeah, I'll fall out.
Yeah.
And they were just more inconvenient. They made my eyes hurt. I have really sensitive eyes.
Okay.
Something like that.
Whatever.
So I just wear glasses. But I agree with you. Color
You
contacts, right?
almost stabbed me in the eye with your stupid glasses.
God, I wish I would stab you in the heart. Yeah, I'd rather be cold too. Like, I hate being hot. You can
I'd way rather
put
be hot.
more clothes on than you can take off. This is why I don't live in some place that's really hot and tropical. Like, God, you know what would be great if I could go to the beach? It's 92 degrees. That sounds awful. That sounds dumb.
What's funny
Dumb.
is other
It's
than
not dumb. Like, if you choose to live down there, that's fine. But
the amount of time that you can actually survive outside, when it's 90 degrees, honestly, the difference between like 90 and 120 degrees, it's still hot. It's miserable hot,
Right?
Like, miserable hot. I don't even have the words to describe how much it sucks to open your door in the morning and step outside, and it's 120 degrees at 10 a.m. and like 75% humidity. I mean, it is a physical sensation, but by the time you get used to it, you're like, yeah, give me some more clothes or something. Like, because like having the sun on you is what really sucks. You have the clothes on you and you're hot, but it's totally tolerable. I will take that. I hate being cold with the passion of 1,000 burning suns. Or freezing suns, whatever the case might be.
so put clothes on and you won't be cold.
Okay. That applies to an extent. They're like, you can still be just like, it's just miserable to be that cold.
How hot is a cornfield? It depends. Is the sun? Is it overcast or not?
Yeah.
That has a huge dependency because if there's
Scott, he's so sensitive.
I am sensitive.
You're super sensitive.
Thank you very much. And I also know that there is a person on here that lives in and around the Memphis area.
Yeah.
And I know that gets hot. That gets hot.
It does indeed.
It's like 90 degrees out with
Yes.
about 430% humidity. And that is hot.
Boy, when it is hot in Memphis, it
Oh
is
my
no joke.
lord!
Yeah.
But I love Memphis.
I do
love
too.
me some Memphis.
Oh, the food. Oh.
See,
Yeah.
you can never get naked enough. Exactly. You can always put more layers on. That is the exact thing
you.
that I'll watch me get out of my skin. You freak.
Yeah.
Right?
Beach equals saying no. I am not a beach goer. Like,
I-
I'll sit on the beach.
God, you know
but
what would be great if I can burn the bottom of my feet. That's a great idea.
I'll sit on the beach, but I am not swimming in the ocean.
Fish pee in you.
Yeah, well,
We've all seen Moana.
yeah.
What-
We
okay.
have, actually.
Yeah, every one
All
of
right,
us.
What else?
Okay,
you got one more?
A
couple more?
I think I do.
3 more. One
Would you rather be able to detect any lie you hear, or get away with any lie you tell?
I'd rather be able to detect any lie that I hear.
I think I would rather have that.
That's way more useful. Like, I mean, aside from like super obvious morality problems with you being able to just tell a lie and get away with it, I would way rather know when something is just absolute BS. Now, the curse behind that is when you hear something that everyone else buys into and you go, I know for a fact that is not accurate, and everyone's like, fake news. That's what would drive me insane. Insane. That would drive me crazy.
Yep.
Oh man, that would drive me crazy.
Memphis, woo! There are laws, but we have dry ribs and the best ribs. Dry rub ribs.
That is a fact.
Oh my god,
Melissa,
I gotta have it.
Melissa, you're behind by a couple of minutes, but you're not gonna get this for like another 10 minutes. So when you get this, yeah, just know.
Would you rather have the hiccups for the rest of your life, or always feel like you have to sneeze?
Hiccups,
but you can't.
Hiccups.
You gotta sneeze, and it's right there. It's right there, but you just can't. Or have the hiccups. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I got the hiccups for the rest of my life, I'm swallowing 45. Like I cannot do it. I would rather have the sneeze.
Do you just feel the itch, or are you constantly at that stage where you're like,
I mean, you're not walking around like,
okay.
God, I hope somebody freeze frames that.
That's the thumbnail for next week's show. I mean, if that's the case, like if you're not at that stage where you're just about to sneeze, okay, I can probably take that where you just feel like, man, I gotta sneeze, but you can't. But oh man, whew.
I can already detect the lie. I am a wife, mother, and a grandmother. I will not question that.
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, my mom still has the ability to detect that.
Yeah,
it's like a freaky skill. It's weird.
Yeah, it's scary.
She can call me and be like, "What's wrong?" I'll be like, "Mom, how did you know?" I just do.
It's a mother's instinct.
It's so strange.
Yeah, it's uncanny.
It is so strange. Definitely not that second one.
That's so funny because that's what I was looking at.
Oh God! Would you rather kick a wall as hard as you can with toothpicks in all your toenails, or tie a string around all your teeth, connect them to a door, and slam it?
Dentures exist, so
yeah, I can't do the toenail thing. Anything under the nails.
No. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
I think I'd rather cut the finger off. I don't know if I could do that. This one's totally me. Would you rather have to say everything you think out loud, or never be able to speak again? You would have no friends.
I'm going to tell you right now, me saying everything that I think out loud is not a good idea.
No.
It's really...
So you have to say everything you think out loud.
And it's have to.
Have to say everything out loud that you think. Or never speak again.
I welcome my newfound vow of silence.
Nope. I'm taking the think out loud every time.
No possible way.
Yep.
No way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just have to change the way you think.
Okay.
You have got to come correct on it. You best find Jesus. you best find Jesus, or be around nobody. No, like I will still talk, but I won't be around a soul. I will live out in the middle of a mountain. I will live out in the middle of a mountain, and when the Amazon guy comes to my house to deliver anything, I'll look at him and go like, "You are the ugliest person I've ever seen. Thank you." That's what's going to happen.
You're going to have 100 acres worth of animals that think you were the biggest jerk on the planet.
Why are you such a stupid goat? Yeah. God!
You have goats that live in the mountains with you?
Why not? I can have whatever I want. God, we're making this up.
I wish we could uncensor this, because I just have this running dialogue of things that you were saying to just innocent, like Bambi's out in the woods, and you're just cursing Bambi out up and down, like, yeah. Okay.
That's weird. I've never seen that before.
What's that?
It says message retracted.
Oh, they typed something and then said, yeah, it's probably something I want to say. That's fine.
Is that actually there?
I already say most everything I think. Okay. And we locals don't go to Graceland. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Like, one time. Yeah.
I don't care for Elvis.
Oh, really, you did it.
I don't.
I didn't say that.
Here's the thing, though. I respect what he did. I respect him as a musician, but it's just not my music. That's just not my thing. It's like country music. I don't like country music.
Country music, okay.
I respect the musicality of it. I respect the people that can play country music. I respect the guitarist. Let's be real. But it's not my bag, man. I just don't. I feel like there's almost like a cult of personality around
Oh, you made
Elvis
Dean
Presley.
mad. He is an Elvis fanatic.
Get
Brother
that.
has been to Graceland
Again,
twice. Memphis is Mecca.
I respect.
You heard it here. Greg hates Elvis.
Yeah, that's the headline. That's the headline.
You said it, not me. You hate Elvis.
What else you got? What's you want to talk about?
I don't. Do you want to do? I don't know. That one. That last one was.
You need to do a different one.
No.
Oh
God.
Okay, okay.
God.
Okay, last one, and then we'll
I don't know.
wrap it up with something else. Would you rather use sandpaper as toilet paper or hot sauce as eye drops?
I will take the sandpaper. I cannot do things in my eyes. We have already talked about this.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you.
What did he say?
He goes to each their own, Greg, and I respect that. Like,
Greg hates Elvis.
Not pooping on Elvis at all.
You just
Totally
said you
respect.
hate him. You said he was totally overrated.
Those words never left my mouth.
I believe if I go back in other live shows, I can't remember which one of us had to do it.
Yeah, no, it was me. It was me.
Was it?
Yeah, it was me.
Okay,
for
yeah,
sure
you go
me.
back
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
of the second or third live show,
Crap.
you said that Elvis was overrated.
I did.
I can't remember if that was you or me.
No, it was I'm almost positive it was me.
Yes,
It
you
was-
said sorry to our friend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was totally you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was me.
I got it on the internet.
For comedic effect. Let's be real. God, man, I don't use eye drops that often.
God.
But
I'm taking the sandpaper. I cannot do things in my eyes.
Man.
I don't even like
God.
I don't even like regular eye drops in my eyes. My
see.
wife has to pin me down.
like a 6-year-old.
Yes, to put eye drops in my eyes.
You just owned it too.
I do. Like
Dean says hot sauce.
she has to put her knees on my shoulders to put eye drops in my eyes. She has to pin me down.
I do it myself.
No.
Like
Nope.
probably average once a week. My eyes dry out
God,
so
no.
bad, especially now. Like,
What is wrong with
like,
you?
Ugh. I sort of have to go.
All of you people who are saying hot sauce, what's wrong with you? All of you are sick.
I mean, do I have
sick.
a choice in hot sauce?
Sriracha.
Brother Junipers?
So you want to take a nice Memphis-based...
That's
Like, I see what you did there.
For Sheila
I see
right
what
there.
you did there. Sheila, he's like, Brother Juniper is
Yeah.
because I like Memphis food.
And also it's
no,
delicious.
Like, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not putting it in my eyes.
But
It's good on
I was
food
reaching.
and in my mouth, but pause. But not in
I was
my
reaching for
eyes.
that one because it's the least hot of the hot sauces I could think of. It's not like Mad Dog, 351 or something crazy like that.
Well-
Hot sauce will eventually go away. Yeah, but
But if you have to keep putting it in your eyes, though.
okay, I don't regularly.
I'm not just gonna just one
putting
time poop and then use sandpaper once. Like, you still have to keep putting hot sauce in your eyes.
It doesn't say you have to do it continue. It's like when you use eye drops, you
What-
put
so
hot sauce in your eyes.
Use sandpaper as toilet paper or use hot sauce as... Okay, that's a different story. I would just
So-
never use eye drops.
So
I would
when-
let my eyes dry out of my head.
So,
Fall
so what you're
right
saying?
out of my head
So what
into
you're saying
powder.
is when you actually read the question, Scott. I know you want to murder me some days.
God, you know that today is one of those days.
Yeah, it's one of them days. The reason I say hot sauce is that I have never tasted a hot sauce from the States that is actually that hot.
So if you watch
Okay.
a show on YouTube called Hot Ones,
Yeah.
that will change your mind about some of the hot sauces in the States.
I mean, I'm
No,
assuming,
that was directly for Dean.
Sure, I'm assuming that Dean, is he contrasting this to something like curry? Because you can get some hot curry.
Well, he's saying that he says the reason I say is hot sauce that I have never tasted a sauce from the States that is actually hot.
Right, but so we know that you can get used to a certain temperature of hotness, right? And I'm assuming that the people that are used to more spicy foods would then taste some of the these are super hot sauces from the States are not that hot by comparison to other thing that he has. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Dean is maybe a fan of curry and is used to some crazy hot curry, and that's why hot sauces are kind of a joke to him. And I get that.
I don't know.
And that makes me really want to try some curry because I love me some hot stuff.
I do not do hot stuff. I don't like hot stuff.
I love uncomfortably hot food.
I just don't. Oh no. What?
Yeah, I love it.
Like temperature hot?
No,
It's a different story. I'm talking about like spicy hot.
Capsaicin, spicy.
Oh, no.
Give me something like I love food that makes me like you can't carry on a conversation because you're like,
Why? You can't enjoy that. Why is that good?
I don't know.
Why is that good?
Because I'm because I'm ridiculous like that. It's okay. So to me, it's almost like a challenge, right? And as competitive as I am, it's like, can I finish this food before I have to go to the hospital?
Oh God,
the hottest, the hands down hottest plate I've ever had. It was in New Mexico. No, it was in Arizona, and it was. I wish I could remember the name of the restaurant.
Dean is a curry man.
Huh? I called it. I know some things. So it was this plate of, it was fettuccine Alfredo, but it was all seed in jalapenos throughout the entire plate. And I mean, there was a truckload of them.
Why?
Dude, I was pouring sweat.
Why? Is that worth it?
It was so good though, man. I'm a
burger guy.
Yeah, I love burgers. A good burger?
I'm a burger guy. A hardcore burger guy. Let's see. Greg and Scott react to... what is that? WYR? What is WYR?
I don't know. But England was built on curry. I'm telling Dean, brother, I'm gonna need some recommendations because I totally want to come to England. I've always wanted to go to the UK. I've had the opportunity to visit sections of Europe. Never the UK. I've always wanted to go there.
UK.
Always wanted to go there.
I need to go to the UK.
Need some recommendations on some Curry Jones someday, because boy, I'm light me up for sure. Like
no, why?
Yes,
I want to eat my food. I want to enjoy.
No.
When I sit down,
I want
to
to
eat,
hate myself.
When I sit down to eat, I want to eat food.
No,
I want to get sustenance. Why?
No. I want you to have to extinguish me before I am allowed
That's
to.
So crazy to
get
me.
on an airplane or, yeah.
We have literally talked about everything under.
We really have. Yeah. Would you rather?
Oh, would you rather?
Yeah.
Greg and Scott reacted. Would you rather? I do need to react to that. I love an American burger. They look amazing. I learned something in we have Canadian friends.
Yeah. We do.
They have their burgers.
Yeah.
They have to be all. Medium well.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is a travesty.
That's almost only in America can you go give me a raw burger.
Yeah, that's when they're best. Yeah, I know. In real life, Michael, I agree with you. Yeah, not 100%. In the hangout. Tons of hangouts with folks. I can watch a YouTube video. I can watch a person live on a hangout in England, and it's not the same.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same. Okay, last topic. Tech topic.
What is that?
Or unless you got another one too.
I got nothing.
I was going to do the Bluetooth one because I thought that was kind of interesting too.
We're at 2 hours.
Are we really?
It's 9:20.
Yeah, but are we going to go out on a game or are we going to go out on tech? I'll go out on a game.
I'll go out on a game.
Okay.
Do you have one more?
I mean, the other thing I was going to talk about was Bluetooth. I'll do it real quick. So there's a Bluetooth vulnerability that are you going to do another Would You Rather?
I don't think I would want to know the answer to that.
Okay. Would you rather know when you're going to die or know how you're going to die?
I would rather know how I'm going to die. I don't want to know when I'm going to die.
I agree with that. It has to be how.
It has to be how. I can't do...
It has to be
if
how.
If I know that 40 years from now I'm going to die, I'm going to be looking at that number.
I get that.
Every day and be like maybe there's a day that I just don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm wasting a day.
But you don't think that wouldn't give your life extra meaning where you're like that drives home the point. There's this the nature of existence is that you know everybody is going to die. Everybody knows that, but you don't know when. And so everyone can basically rationalize sitting around and wasting a day. But if you have the date on the calendar when you know for sure it's over, you don't think that gives extra motivation to go, you know what? One day less. I got to get up and I got to get moving. I got to do this thing because that's one less day that I have. You don't think that gives your life that much extra meaning just by knowing the day that you die?
Whoa.
I went deep.
You went.
Yeah.
Super deep.
So, yeah.
What? No, I don't want to know. It's way over there. 40 years from now. 40 years from now. What? Then here's the biggest thing is the biggest thing for me is I'm a huge softie with the kids. You know this.
I know this.
You know this.
I'm with you on that. I'm for sure with you on that one. Finish your statement.
Okay. She brings up a very good point.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
if I know 40 years from now, I have a great life. I live exactly how you're describing.
Yeah.
Exactly how you're describing.
Yeah.
And I have grandchildren.
Yeah.
Children and grandchildren out there. And I know that I'm going to leave them.
Yeah.
That would be such an overwhelming amount of guilt. That guilt would crush me because I would have to look at their face and go, tomorrow's it. I won't be here anymore.
Yeah.
That look on their face would crush me.
So
that the sheer amount of devastation because I would be living the life just like you said. I would be doing the things that I'm doing.
I feel like you would come to terms with that though. You have 40 years.
I would come to terms with it for me.
Yeah.
They still don't necessarily have to understand why it's over. It's the grandchildren, great grandchildren, whatever that might be. I have to disappoint them. I do not like to disappoint my children at all. When it comes to a point, obviously it's still you have to be a parent. I get that, but like to know that I have to look at them and go, "I'm sorry, I won't be able to come to your baseball game next week.
But
it's over."
But fundamentally, if you have the date on your calendar and you know exactly when it is, you are forced to accept in absolute certainty. Like you are proactively embracing the fact that existence is temporary. I'm getting deep. You know that I love philosophy. You know that I love specifically Buddhist philosophy. So the idea of impermanence is a central concept of Buddhism. So you're embracing that idea that impermanence is very real and that at some point in time this is all over. But you are turning full on into it and you're saying, I know it, I accept it, I embrace it, and I'm going to make the most of the time that I have. Flip side of that is you know how you're going to die. I'm going to die to Melissa's point, you're going to die driving. So every single time you drive, you're just going to have this like massive anxiety spike because you're driving and you're wondering, is this it? So what do you do? I'm not going to drive anymore. But you know that that's how you die. So now you're spending the rest of your life going, okay, how is it that I am coerced into driving and that is how I die? That would drive me insane. I think that would drive most people insane, where you're trying to second guess, not that I believe in fate, but you're trying to basically second guess fate to figure out how is it that I'm coerced into this thing that is, I know for a fact this is how I die. That sounds absolutely miserable. I would rather know the date without question.
Nope, can't do it.
Without question.
This is why we work as a tandem on a channel, because I can't get behind what he's saying, and it sounds like you can't get behind what I'm saying.
I can't
get behind the date.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. Sheila is right. She says how, yes, not when. She's right.
She's right.
She's right. So
clearly,
I know how I'm going to die. I bet you bypass this comment. Didn't. Dean, don't do anything dumb.
Yeah, no.
But the party.
Yeah. I would rather know when over how. This allows me to send out the invites. For sure, man.
Scott, you are not allowed to tell them.
Okay. Ooh,
man, that's tough. Yeah. Wow.
If you can't, if you just know and you can't tell anybody.
That would riddle me. I don't know if I could live with that.
I couldn't do that either.
That is, oh man. Wow.
I don't think I could do that just because.
That is deep. Wow, Sheila, that is a great question. That is a really interesting question to the caveat. But I guess it would be the same. Like for me, it would be easier to say, okay, I won't tell them how I'm gonna die.
Yeah,
that's a very much easier scenario to me. Like I wouldn't shrug at that at all.
Yeah.
But for me to say, okay, I'll accept the win.
Yeah.
But I can't tell anybody. Ooh. Because if it comes down to that kid thing, right? The kid thing comes up to me like, Grandpa, I can't wait to see you at my baseball game next week.
Yeah.
Well, they don't know that. God, I cannot go out like this. We cannot possibly end the show like this. I can't do it. This is not how we're gonna I can't go out like this.
I love philosophy questions,
God,
especially
so
deep,
like dude. Like I can't do it
like this. But yeah.
Oh my God.
This is dark to go out on.
So dark to go.
You want to do a text topic, or do you want to do more would you rather's?
Oh, would you rather be allergic to chocolate or allergic to your smartphone?
Smartphone. I don't really care about my smartphone. Actually, that's so hilarious. I don't eat chocolate.
You don't?
I don't even like chocolate.
Communist. I would rather be allergic to chocolate. And I love chocolate.
I don't even
As you can
particularly
tell by my waistline.
I'm a tech guy, but I understand like the idea of like addiction to technology. I get that people are basically addicted to like
my
checking
kids
their phone
in
constantly.
text. That's the only way they listen.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I can end the show now with that.
Yeah.
God, that was dark.
That's dark. I love it, man. I think it's interesting.
That was such a downer.
Woo.
I didn't think that question was gonna like full on stop.
Yeah.
That way that it did.
Yeah.
We did another
2-hour show, man.
2-hour show.
We don't often do 2-hour shows. We usually try and shoot for
hour
and a half. No,
1 hour.
Let's be real. We say it's going to be an hour show, knowing full well that it's going to go an hour and a half, and then we're like, oh, this went 2 hours. That's a bit long.
I legit cannot believe all of you folks stayed with us.
But you know what? We love you for it. We're glad that you all come back every single week.
This is why we do the show.
Absolutely.
Quite honestly,
we love the conversation.
Yeah, the conversations, the comments are great. Like, man, that comment threw me off, bro. Jeez.
Okay.
That would you rather, like, that really bummed me out.
Let me help you out here.
Okay, help me out. I don't want to do the hack one. That also sounds awful.
I was just going to close out.
Oh, you're just going to close out? I thought you were going to bring something
I
nice.
Do something. You don't want to do the hack one?
No, that sounds awful too.
It's not that bad. So, okay, look. I feel like we've
stupid superpower. Stupid superpower. Go. The flying one kills me every time.
Melissa, I feel like 2-hour shows are normal for
That's
you
not true, and I have statistical evidence.
You can just hush, Bosco. So
I can tell you that that's statistically not possible because
there's only been like 2.
There's usually only like an hour and 34 minutes. Yeah, that's real close to the average.
We'll do stupid superpowers later. We got to work on some, man. There's some good ones.
I don't know that stupid one where you can fly, but you can be only 3 feet off the ground. You have to make an airplane noises.
Yeah. Hey, okay, Michael, thank you for stopping by.
You guys are doing a game show. I'll have to come watch your guys' show. We'll tune in right after we end ours.
Which we're going to do right now. Hey, thanks everybody for stopping by. Again, we appreciate the crap out of you guys. Love you to death. If you want to follow all of our shenanigans, you can find us on Twitter. If you're watching the video and not listening to the podcast.
Dude, I'm behind on the podcast.
By 4 episodes.
By 4 episodes. Yeah. I'll work on it this weekend.
Check down in our lower thirds that we've worked so hard on. We have all of our Twitter handles down there. You can find me at Ominous Hominid. You can find him
at Scott Peachy on Twitter, at Scott Peachy06 on the gram.
You can find us at youtube.com/technically speaking. We have Facebook.
Yeah, we do. The Tech Speaks, I think.
I don't know. That's all you. I don't do Facebook.
I don't know. There's somewhere out there.
Anyway, that's for the audio people. If you happen to be listening to the podcast in about 4.5 or 5 months when Scott actually gets around to finishing the audio portion of this podcast. Thank you all again for stopping by. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate all of your time, and we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Thanks, y'all.
See ya.